Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Startup Confessions with Jesse, and I have Dr. Akintade Odunlami Joseph in the house. And I'm excited because um, Dr. Joseph has been a very good friend of mine, and we also hail from the same, the same school, Madonna, which is something to be very, very excited about. So today we're going to be dissecting something very, very serious. So if you're an entrepreneur watching, you need to get your biro, and a paper to jot a lot of things down because you're going to be learning a lot from, first-hand information. But before I give Dr. Akintade the chance to, speak, which I know he's very itchy to do, I would like to give us a brief breakdown of who he is. Dr. Akintade Odunlami Joseph is a distinguished clinical researcher, an entrepreneur, and an author committed to advancing healthcare innovation, business development, and aging wellness. He is the chairman of Odunlami Motors and Odunlami Groups, organization focused on automotive services, strategic business management, and youth empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Joseph in the house, man. Hey, Joseph.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right.
Yes, I'm so I think
All right.
I'm excited to be on the show. Quite alright, as you said, we hail from the same alma mater, and it's a great honor to be here
Yeah.
to speak entrepreneurship in a robust form. Let me
Ah.
put it out in a Nigerian form, in the
Oh,
sense that
amazing.
entrepreneurship here in Nigeria is different from entrepreneurship over there. Ehen. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So let's start off by giving us a brief breakdown of how you started, and what really inspired you to get into the automotive industry.
Okay. First of all, I'm a very from time memorial. I'm a lover of cars. I'm a car enthusiast. So even before leaving school, I developed this great love for cars. The production, the management, the drive, admiring them even when I could not afford one then. So that was yeah. That was a very bigger push for me. So, and then while I was doing my postgraduate studies in Ibadan, I think I imported my first vehicle during NYSC. I imported that car personally for
Okay.
usage. But when the car arrived, I look at the margin. The car was imported around about 650,000 to Nigeria as of that time. And when I look at the cost of the vehicle in the country at that time, I realized it was about 1,100,000, which was about a lot of difference. So I thought of it. I was just a car
Mm-hmm.
enthusiast. I don't really have much about entrepreneurship in automotive industry. But that's looking at that price difference, I look at it that this is a form of turning your enthusiasm into business properly. So I kicked it up
Mm-hmm.
while I started with the sales of that one. Instead of using that car, I drove it for about a year. Then I sold it out for more than 870,000. So after driving for 2 years, the vehicle is supposed to devalue, but I sold in appreciation. So
Mm-hmm.
it built a lot of thinking and in me. So I decided to start investing in importing vehicles. I started with one, with two, with three. Then I started bringing in containers. Then I started making out structural arrangements for automotive showrooms. So, and at the moment, we have more than 6 automotive showrooms nationwide, which we are still developing and buying more automotive showrooms and growing the economy in the way we can set in employing labor and ensure the socio-economy balance in automotive industry is set in place. So it started all the way, I think it's about more than a decade now. And glory to God, we've been doing well. And automotive industry is quite a good one. It's very challenging, but it's quite a good one. So we started off by buying one. And that one was not even my own complete money. I think my
Hmm.
dad gave me about 250,000 then. So I put that. I was expected to pay him, but when I was paying him back, I paid him with a vehicle because I already had more cars then. So I was supposed to
Oh,
give him his 250,000, but when I was going to pay him, I returned an SUV to him. So he was surprised. How do you make this money? I said, no, we've already evolved doing bigger business at that time. So he was paid back with an SUV instead of returning. So that is to show you how the market orientation looks like with the automotive
yeah.
industry at large.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So when you were starting off, I could just imagine how collecting that 250,000. What was that fear? There's always that fear an entrepreneur usually has, when they are starting now. What was that fear? Did you have any of them?
Yeah, the truth is that one, I believed there's is normal to have a fear, and I'm this kind of person. I'm not always just positive. I want to look at the worst that could happen. I will have it at the back of my mind. If I put 2 naira into this business, for instance, I already have at the back of my mind, if this business fails, what is my backup plan? That is my own orientation starting. I don't just put things into prayer alone. You pray and then you put reality aside. You can have faith, you can have everything, but there's always reality in business. You can't always win.
Yeah.
You have a win,
Yeah.
you have a loss, but ensure your win is bigger than your loss. You can't always win. The likes of the big entrepreneurship we have in this country now, nobody will tell you he has always been winning. A complete win
That's true.
is not a realistic business platform. So, starting off, I put it at my back of my mind that, okay, if I buy this vehicle for 650,000, what if I could not sell the car? What if the car goes bad? At the back of my mind, I already have it that, okay, if it goes bad, I will drive the car, then I will sell it at that price. I'll put my business money into something else. So I already have a plan. If it fails, that's how I do even up till now. If I want to buy anything, I look at it. What if this thing does not work out? What is my backup plan? You must always have a backup plan as a very rugged, let me use the word Nigerian entrepreneur now, because it's
Entrepreneur.
difficult to operate business in this
Mm,
part of the world than operating in the Western world. Because I know I deal with
yeah.
people that are in the Western world. I buy cars for them, I buy trucks for them. It gives me less work to do buying cars for people
Mm-hmm.
in the Western world, in Europe, in England, and in US than selling to people in Nigeria. So I know what it takes. So you must build that platform and give room. What if it fails? There should be that question
That's right.
when you are investing your money. What if it fails? You can't always be positive. It's good to be positive. I'm not saying you shouldn't be positive about what you are doing. You have to be positive. But then, what if the business fail? What would you do to rise again from zero to where you are now? Because that's the truth. If I'm to start a new business now, if I floated a new lot in December last year, I have a quota that within
Okay.
1 year, it's a new office, it's a new company. They must have a sale of more than 100 units. Now, that is my target. What if my target is not met? I already have that at the backup plan. How would I be able to pay salaries of my staff? How would I be able to pay land use charge? How would I be able to manage the business, manage the expenses of the business, and pay my tax if this business does not grow as I wanted? So there must always be a plan B, a plan C if possible. So and I always have this at the back of my mind that, okay, even though the money is mine, I believe my business money is a loan to me, is a loan to my company. So I don't operate
Yeah.
it in the essence that I own the business. I
That's
don't
right.
own the business. It is an entity. The business pays me salary. I might have the autonomy over the
Mm-hmm.
capital of the business, but I don't see it as I have the power to pull out any money without giving proper management record of how the money was spent, what we
That's
have
right.
bought, our expected profit. So it is not just scaling a business and expecting profit now. You scale it, then you are looking at, okay, what if this business doesn't work the way I plan? I expect to make a million
Mm-hmm.
naira in 2 days. What if I don't make a million naira and I'm losing 200,000? Am I going to back off from the business, or do I have a plan B to kickstart the business again to ensure that that profit and my expectations are met? So that has always been my watchword with business. It has always been my rocket plan. What if it fails? It's always a backup question. Then if it fails, which is normal in Nigerian system, you might plan that you sell this thing and make this money. You might not make that money. Chances you will not make the money is as good as the chances you will make the money. They are they are dragging that equivalence together. So it's there's
Mm-hmm.
possibility you will lose the business or win the business. But when you already have a plan that what if it fails, then chances of you winning is higher. So that has been our
That's true.
watch up words, and yeah.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can imagine how it means, what it means to, run a business in Nigeria, because I live in Nigeria. I know it's not easy. So talk to that entrepreneur now. You know, what is that challenge, about running a business in Nigeria?
Okay. Uh, uh, Primarily, I would say running a business in Nigeria is quite challenging. But I'll make this thing known. An average businessman in Nigeria who is doing well has no business traveling abroad, to be honest. Has no
That's right.
business to be living in the US, has no business to live in England, has no business to be in the
Hmm.
Western. You can be there on visitation. You
Yeah, on
can be there for
vacations. Yeah.
primary reasons of your family. Maybe you relocated your family. They are trying to get a citizenship. But a primary businessman, you hardly see the likes of Dangote, the likes of the major primary key holders in business. You can't think residing abroad. As I am here now, the fact that I'm around, my business has the capacity to grow more than 20% being around. Just my presence
Yeah.
alone. It doesn't mean that the business will not run without me. But in Nigerian system, your presence has a lot of power. There are some people that, in short,
Mm,
majority of the people buying your product, buying your system, buying your services, buying into your ideas, there are people that want to buy you. They are not buying those things. They are buying you because they know
exactly.
you are Odunlami. They are buying you because you know you
Yes.
have a name to protect. They are buying you because they know you have an
Exactly.
integrity in the business to protect. They are buying you because you don't want to soil your name because of some millions of naira. So, business in Nigeria has to do with you as the chairman of that business. If I want to do any business with Dangote now, if you are referring me to the fleet manager, I will feel more comfortable dealing with Dangote than dealing with a fleet manager
Yes.
who is under Dangote's skin. That confidence of Dangote will not run with my money is very high. That confidence of if things goes wrong, I will get my money back is high. So people are buying you as an entrepreneur and not your product. They are not buying your product.
Exactly.
If Tinubu decides today that he wants to start selling Gary, his Gary will sell more because he's the president of the nation than any
Exactly.
other persons in that line of business. The only reason you see the primary entrepreneurs still remain in business in Nigeria is because they have built their name and built that brand to a level that just mentioning that I am from this company, I own this, will pave way. They don't even need to know much about the product. They know just you. Then you are the product. You are the reason they are patronizing that business. They are not patronizing the business because of your staff. If any staff is
Yeah.
ejected or leave the company, you remain. So now, shifting to the difficulty in managing business in Nigeria, especially in the automotive industry, is a very capital-based business. It deals with a lot of
Yeah.
millions, a lot of billions, a lot of digits. Because now there's no vehicle in Nigeria, foreign use, that is below 10 million. Even the Asian
That's true.
2004 car. So for you to invest big capital, you have a bigger risk. Sometimes accessing fund from government is as good as impossible. The tax importation rate keep increasing, so making values of car increase day by day. The clearing cost that we have about 300,000 in 2 years ago now is about 4 million, 5 million in some vehicles. I'm talking about vehicles that are more than 10 to 15 years of production, not new model cars now. Now, an
Wow.
average Nigerian
Wow.
who is a civil servant, who is a basic earner, who is a primary scale business owner might not be able to save to buy a car in the next 10 years if there is no car financing option. Now, the car financing option now, difficulty in having partnership with business owners who have been in the business pre-existingly. You need to gain their trust. Somebody giving you 500
Mm-hmm.
million, 1 billion to invest in your business is investing into you, not the business. So there is that
Exactly.
difficulty because of investment profiling in Nigeria. Government don't really want to subsidize anything that has to do with importation. And most of the things we consume here are basically imported things. We don't make cars in Nigeria. Even the Nigerian made cars are not being driven by Nigerians. It is not subsidized. Nigerians cannot afford them. Imagine a vehicle from Innocent now. If you don't have up to
Yeah.
30 to 40 million, you can't
Yes.
buy it. Now,
You can buy
look
it.
at somebody earning 150,000 to 200,000. Till his lifetime as a human, he might not be able to buy a brand new car. That is the honest truth in the
That's true.
automotive industry. The person might not be, but if the government could come in, subsidize products, cars that were made in Nigeria, subsidize them to the level that an average man could afford to buy them, it makes a lot of sense. If car financing is made available from the government to the CBN and the interest rate is minimalized, not giving somebody 10 million and you expect an interest rate of about 9 million, that person can't buy it. That
That's
is as
true.
good as you are not interested in giving the person the loan. So car loan, in short, in US, most people, in short, 100% of person abroad prefer to buy everything on financing than buying outright because it gives you
Yeah.
a level of credit score and makes the bank trust you that you will pay up. But in Nigeria, credit score valuation is almost as good as impossible. Nobody wants to give you a first time loan to test if you have a good credit score. No bank wants to give you a loan without collateral. Somebody wants to give you a loan of 200 million. It's asking if you have a property worth 200 million. If you have such a property, you will not need a loan in the first place. Yes. How does
That's
the
right.
person want you to? Yeah, if you have the property, you will not need the loan. So I want to get 500 million from you. You want me to bring a property of 1 billion. If I have that property, I prefer to sell it off and do my business. I wouldn't have any
Exactly.
reason coming to you to get a loan. So getting a loan to start up automotive business in Nigeria is very difficult. Getting people to partner with, because it is a capital intensive, it's not just about your knowledge. It's not just about what you know
Mm-hmm.
about cars. It's not just about people that import cars. No. Do you have the capital? You might have all the knowledge, and the knowledge is going to be wasted because
Mm.
the Nigerian platform does not build that strength for you to be able to use just knowledge to acquire what you have. You need capital and you need growing capital because if you are buying 20 containers of vehicle before, you grow with time. Your
Yeah.
money now, if you in 2 years ago, if your money can buy 100 cars to import to Nigeria, as I'm speaking to you, that same money cannot buy 20 cars again because of import duty, exchange rates, and government
Tax.
policy that have constrict inflation of value of cars. Cars of 10 million. In short, I was looking at my invoice 2 years ago, invoice to 3 years ago, to 10 years ago, invoice. A vehicle that is sold for less than 800,000 is sold now for more than 30 something million. Now, look at the
Oh
inflation
my
rate.
God.
The percentage of inflation in the country makes it almost impossible for an average Nigerian to think that replacing their vehicle is normal. So that is one of
Hmm.
the primary challenge. A lot of people cannot afford to buy a foreign used car or a brand new car. More than half of the population of the country cannot afford it. So it makes it difficult for people that can patronize you before to have the financial capacity to patronize you now because they don't have the money. They are interested to drive a new car, but do they have the money to drive a new car? That's the first question. Is there finance option available to drive a new car? Though we have finance options now that you pay 40%, you spread the balance. But then government still need to subsidize that
Yeah.
option so that people can pay even up to 10, 15 years. And it makes it more relaxing. Somebody
Yes.
can buy a car of more than 60
Mm-hmm.
million and spread the balance the way it is done abroad. So it makes it more calm. People will work towards paying up because they know they are enjoying that the value for the car. So it
Yes,
gives a
that's
lot of
right.
people the ability, a lot of families who need vehicles for to move their family around, to get their day-to-day engagement, business owners who want to buy trucks. It gives them the opportunity to be able to access that fund and access the facility. That makes their business easier. So it even reduces the tension of I want to leave the country. I want to leave because you can't see a businessman who's making up to 5 million telling you he wants to leave the country. It's difficult.
Very
Somebody that can
difficult.
record Seven that can record 5 million, that is about $2,500. If you are earning $4,000 abroad,
Mm-hmm.
you can't save $500. That I have siblings abroad,
At all.
I travel. So it is easier for a businessman who is living fine and doing good business here to survive here than to move abroad. Because that leverage you have surviving here, doing your business, making your money. In short, when you convert your money that you want to go on holiday, it doesn't take you, you just look at it that this is just my profit for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm traveling to enjoy time with it. So you don't have a lot of problem doing exchange rate calculation if business is going on properly as it should be.
It's going well.
So
Yes.
it's if business is really subsidized, loan plans and innovative measures are brought into the existence of previous business and encouraging new business owners. You see a lot of people falling back. A lot of people are coming back now after they needed capital. The problem most people travel is because there's no capital to
Yeah,
start.
mostly capital. Mm-hmm.
Because one, nobody is ready to give you their money. Government is not ready to come in. Now you need to go abroad to serve, to get the capital, to start a business and become a self-employed. The capital
Yes.
is primary reason people travel. So if that capital is streamlined to a lot of policy by the government and the CBN, working with these people, monitoring the business, monitoring their sales, monitoring their profit, then you increase their targets. Many people will say you can't give somebody 200, 500 million now and he's telling you I want to japa with the money. It's not possible because
It's
that
not
money
possible.
invest. Yeah, somebody abroad. I was asking a question. I said, please, if you have 200 million now, would you relocate? He said, I can't. The question you're asking me is not realistic because I can't have 200 million saved. How do I want to save it? I, the more I get money, the more I pay tax, the more
The more
I
you
spend the
spend,
money.
yes.
So my total runover in a year might be 200 million, but I might not be worth up to 5 million. So you can't say I have money because I am seeing money coming in and they are going out because I have to pay bills. So you can't expect such a person. He said, if you give me even 100 million, I will just buy a property and start my business in Nigeria. Because with that, I know I already have a capital to start with. So many people are moving, leaving the country. We are losing entrepreneurship. We are losing proposed entrepreneurship and
Mm-hmm.
business-minded oriented people because there is no capital to start. That is the challenge. The first challenge is capital.
Yeah.
You know, I told you, I said I got 250,000 from my dad. That 250,000 then was a lot of money. That could clear about 2 cars then. So
Wow.
imagine you already have
Wow.
500,000 to buy 2 cars. Some of these cars are below $800 then. They were below $800, less than half of the total cost of the vehicle. In short, some of these vehicles are less than what you expect them to be, very low. But do you have the capital to bring them into the country?
To bring them in. Yes.
Now, there was a reach between a social media drag between B Lord and a very dark man recently.
VDM.
Now, you buy your product at 200 naira. It is your capital now. Now, you look at the market that nobody has this product. I want to sell at 250 naira so that I make 50 naira on it. Now, somebody goes to China. Billard doesn't, he has the capital, he already purchased his product. It's left for him to, he knows, he's the one that knows the percentage of interest is being charged on that money. Now, a
That's
social
true.
media a social media content creator travels and say
Mm-hmm.
this particular product is for lower amount, does he have the capital to bring the product if somebody does not finance? That is the first question. Do you have the capital? Now, if you have getting a loan with an interest rate of 3.5% now, you have to incur that in parts of cost of your supply. You must put it in the cost, because if you don't put it, how would you know you are making profit or running at loss? If the bank loan you 100 million now, they will tell you what to pay monthly, and when you calculate it yearly, you are not paying 100 million, you are paying above that. So in any business you
Yeah,
are doing with
far
that
more.
money, you must calculate the interest rate inclusive, you must include your tax payment, so that you don't run at loss. So,
That's
and
true.
when there is competition, it's good in a system where there's competition. When there's competition, it makes it easier for price to come down, because I can
To
decide to
drop.
bring in
Yeah,
my car now of 50 million and sell it at 45 million. I'm not going at loss, but I'm trying to sell faster.
mm-hmm.
So if there is a platform, if there is an avenue for people to access primary fund to begin their business, a lot of people you see abroad trying to make life will not be there. They
That's
won't be
right.
there. So that the primary challenge is capital for a starting
Capital.
business. The second is government policy. And the third
Oh,
is ability for government to ensure that the buyers could afford it. When it is being subsidized, buyers will afford it. Many people want to own a house now, but because there's no mortgage plan from the government, they can't buy it.
yeah, they can afford the
If
house. They
they
can
can afford
afford
the
it.
house. But now, if there is a mortgage plan, you will encourage more people, a younger generation, to own a house. You can't see somebody that own a mansion here now and want to go and live abroad, though. He already has something keeping him here. Yes. So government need to look into finding solution to keep people here, so that we can develop the country more. If I employ 500 people now, I have pulled down the uh, people, the amount of people, the population of people that doesn't have a job downward a bit. If another person employ another 200,
Definitely.
government can't employ everyone. Government need to
That's
subsidize
true.
and impact into business, so that entrepreneurs create can bridge the gap between employment and employment. So you see a lot of people more interested. If I employ people and I see my business growing, I will increase their salary. Most of the companies that are paying over 4 million to staffs here in Nigeria, oil companies, is because their business is going well. If their
That's
business,
true.
if their business clock down today, the salary will drop. So the better the economy of the country, the better it enhances the ability of entrepreneurship to grow in the country. So those are the challenges, and I will spell them out, which are the challenges every
100,
industry is facing.
100%. 100%. Honestly, I can't agree more with you, because this is something that is affecting most young people that are looking forward to starting off businesses. They are so confused. How can they get financing? You know, and so many of them have very bright ideas. They have bright
Yes.
ideas. They want to create something big, but the country doesn't allow systems that help people with financing. There's nothing like that. No structure on ground. And the next thing that happens is that they begin to think of going abroad. So I really
Abroad.
thank you so much for hitting that point about going abroad. Sometimes we also need to stay here and see reasons why we can actually build here. And I feel like as long as you're making quite a good amount of money, say 5 million thereabout, there's no need going abroad. I also believe that
Abroad.
too. So in just a few minutes, can you tell us a bit more about how you stay competitive? Because I can just imagine Mr. A brings in a car, maybe 20 million, then you bring in your own car, maybe 21 million, 22 million. How do you guys do with the whole competition thing? How do you survive?
Okay. As I said, the business generally is about ability to manage competition. Your price must be extremely competitive. You must have grown your integrity. You must have evolved into the level that people are only buying you, not just the product. Now, I can bring in, for instance, this pen now at 3 million naira, for instance, and I want to sell it at 3.5. because this is Odunlami now. I have a name, I have a brand, I have evolved with integrity. A lot of people understand how my business work. A lot of people understand that I only sell quality for value. Then another person brings in same product. I want to sell 2 million below my price. I will tell you expressly and
Mm-hmm.
frankly, people will trust buying from me first. Why? I have been able to build that competition of value. I've been able to build that competition of strength. I have been able to build that integrity of products, standard products, importation. I've been able to bridge that gap between people understanding how it works. You can get a cheaper one, but will you get a better value?
Value. Yeah.
Because the same vehicle can be placed side by side. I will tell you this is for 30 million, this is for 25 million. Now, I will break it down why this is 25 million. There might be an accident on the car. There might be some things that have been done on the vehicle before importation. Now, that bridge
Yes.
the gap of pricing. Now, and transparency goes a long way in this business because one, a person buying a product from you, there are so many cars that are more expensive than buying a home now. And somebody sending you such a money, yeah, somebody is sending you such a money that he or she could have used to buy a home into your account. You need to give
Yes.
that person value for his money, he or her money. The
Value.
person needs to see value. Now, it's not just about telling the person this car is good, it drives fine. Can the car stand the test of time? Can that product stand the test of time? What you told them, if they go and do a background search over the car, will they find it as it is? That alone gets them to trust you more, which has been the way we have
That's
built
true.
business strength over a decade now. So client has to know exactly what the product entails. This car, it has an accident on this part, but it has been properly fixed. It is cheaper to buy than the one without accident history. This car has a collision. This car has this. These are the things we have put in place. These are the things you might put in place. Now, having that brought up knowledge already that this is what the car is, because that's the way we buy from the US, from Europe, and all of that. They give us the breakdown of the context of that product, of that car. We know exactly what it is. So if any issue develops, we know, okay, I'm aware of that issue. So
Yeah.
if the client is already aware of the product, the value, there's already a stream, a line of integrity that is not being breached at any point. The client is already to go with you. There are so many vehicles. In short, if I bring a car now, maybe I have a 2024 Camry now, there are more than 20,000 of that car in Nigeria. Yeah. So
Exactly.
there are a lot of that car, that same car in the country. So you need the strength to compete. Now, it's not just to compete and start getting to have a rate with another company that their product is not good. No, you have to sell yourself. You are not selling the car, you are selling yourself. You are selling your integrity, you are selling your strength in business, you are selling value. Now, if people knows you are selling value, people want to patronize you no matter the price. As far as the value
That's true.
coherent with the value and the appearance of the car, they are good to go. And they know they can always call you, this is what happens to the car. You always take responsibility. People will always say, this is what happens to the car. That is because you say, you don't buy, you don't buy. I don't go do anything. Make you go carry your police call. No, that's not business. That person will buy a car in next 1 year. Your relationship with him in line of business remains. I have people that have called me that have bought more than 5 to 6 cars from me for their personal use, not for business.
Wow.
And they'll call me, oh, guy, I need this car. They
Wow.
will not even see me, they just send their money. I deliver the vehicle, they see the car, they are excited. Even people in UK, in US, I buy car for them. People living in US, I buy their cars and get it shipped to their location in US. It's the same US, and they are living
Wow.
there. But they don't trust the dealers there. So they want
Yes.
to they want somebody they are comfortable with. Somebody they know if something goes south, their money is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to give you a money
Yes.
that he or she will go and used to buy a home, a big mansion, and put it on a car, and you are running. No, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. So people are only buying you, not just buying your car. They're buying you because you are telling them what is supposed to be. Integrity and
Yeah.
maintaining that business strength with integrity. It goes a long way. So that is what has
Yes.
kept us in business and kept us with the competition of the automotive business.
Honestly, I can't agree more with you because there's something you've said over and over again, which is people are actually buying you, which is something I we really take very seriously because many people don't care about the product, they care more about you and your integrity. And I'm very, very excited about that, especially hearing it from you because I know Odunlami Motors has actually, grown over the years. And you guys have done so much about building integrity, which is something, I highly, highly, highly recommend to anybody watching out the show right now. So before we go up, because time is already running out, tell us a bit
Okay.
more about branding because as a businessman, you need to brand yourself, right? You need to make people know that whenever this okay, let me go straight and say whenever we open up your Instagram account, we always hear this. This is Odunlami, and today is Monday. This is a statement I hear almost every time I open your Instagram page, and that's branding for me. That's branding. So tell us a bit more about branding. Is branding this important? Does it really stand you out?
Yeah, as you earlier said, you said most times you go on our social media page, you hear the phrase, "This is Odunlami." Today's Monday is about so time, 12:25 a.m. in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, branding goes a long way in business profiling generally because if no one else can be like you, that is one thing
That's true.
entrepreneurship generally need to know. Nobody else can speak like me. Nobody else can speak like you. Nobody else can brand like you. Now, you need to be unique in your own way. That is
That's right.
business branding generally. You don't have to you don't have to do what everybody does to remain in business. You can sleep over your own initiative. Look at what can I do differently for people to recognize me differently.
Yeah.
People need to recognize you differently. Now, I come into any show, TV shows, doing any advert, you must hear this is Odunlami. I'll make the date
Odunlami.
known, the time known. So people that are so many people that wants to patronize you, once they hear this is Odunlami, they know you are the one speaking. You are the one behind the camera.
Yes.
You are the one behind the camera at that time. Now, if somebody else makes the video and say this is Odunlami, that branding will not match. It can never be the same.
Definitely.
So now, some people now want most of the people that buy product from us, cars from us, that are not that are doing virtual inspection. When they call me on video call, the moment I say this is Odunlami, today is Thursday, and the time is 11:45 a.m., they already know I'm giving them a live report of that vehicle at that time. It wasn't a video that was voiced over. Because now this has to
Yes.
do with a lot of millions of naira. Somebody sending it to your account out of trust. The person need to be sure it is you.
Yes,
Somebody
true.
can clone your face, but nobody can clone your brand as it is. They already
Mm,
know
that's right.
nobody can clone your brand as it is. You have that uniqueness will remain every time. So branding goes a long way because it makes people trust the efficiency of that business. It makes people trust the integrity of that business. It makes people believe that this business is not today you are Odunlami, tomorrow you are Philip, next tomorrow you are Philip and Co. That's why when business are about to merge, you have to spell it out to your general audience on social media everywhere. Because you can't just tell me you are okay. Look at when Access and Diamond merge. People were skeptical.
Yeah.
There's a problem because Diamond is a bank on its own. People already dealt with them.
Yes.
If you are merging, if you are doing anything outside Diamond, people want to run. They believe there's a problem
Mm-hmm.
because they have only known you. not the person you want to merge with or partner with. So branding create that uniqueness in business. So it is very much important. No matter what you do, you don't have to copy anyone. You just have to be you. You have to develop your own branding style. Some people now
Style.
don't believe. I've seen someone that, okay, look at UBA chairman now. He dresses only on red tie every time. And some people also say it about
Every
me
time.
every time. You always see me drive a very clean car, no matter where I park. You can't see me drive a car that doesn't speak about my brand. Even though it's not luxury, no matter what I drive, even though I'm driving a 1999 car at that time, maybe I'm test driving it, it must speak about my brand, because what does not speak about my brand is not supposed to be with me.
That's true.
Yeah, because I've seen somebody stop me on the road and say wants to buy the car I'm driving at that time. I sold it off. Now imagine I have not driven a
Wow.
very neat car. The person followed me with a bike, stopped me and said, I like this car. I said, it's not for sale. He said, I want to buy it. I said, okay, fine. If you are buying, you pay. I'll get another car immediately. I sold the car in that instant. Now imagine that my product has not shown me as a brand owner. There's no way the person would have been interested in the car. The person was interested because of the uniqueness of that car, the uniqueness of that brand, and he paid. I document for him right on the road on Osho, the expressway, and I call him for another car.
Wow.
So that is branding. That is how far branding could go. Most of my plate number now carries my company name. Anywhere I drive, you will see it, Odunlami Motors. None of my staffs drive any other plate number that doesn't carry our company name. So we inculcate our brand into our own staff. What we are selling, our staff must drive.
Wow.
So that is one thing
That
about
is
branding. Everything.
amazing. That is amazing. Honestly, I've learned a lot. Honestly. I can't even agree more with you. I would say it's just 100% because I have seen branding from another perspective this morning, and I know many of us are watching have really understood branding from your own perspective. Because I systematically followed up your updates, on Instagram, and I noticed that that statement keeps coming up every now and then. And I want to really appreciate you for really breaking this down. I know we are already running out of time right now, but before we go off, I would like you to just give an advice to a young entrepreneur right now who is looking forward to starting off a business, maybe in the automotive industry. Give them one advice from your own experience.
Okay, what I will say is a very candid advice. One, this thing might sound funny, but you don't need money to join the automotive business. You don't need
Okay.
money to join the automotive business. You don't need money. I will say it again, to join the automotive business. What you need is positioning yourself at the right place at the right time. As I'm speaking to you now, I'm in one of my company, which is the Lot D. I'm just in the seminar room where we have our meetings. That's where we are having this conversation now. There's no way you could walk up to me as a young entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur and say, I want to do this business. I will never discourage you. I will never. Why? I won't discourage you because you don't have money. The business is a capital invested business. But then build relationship. There are people I could make a phone call to now and say, I need XYZ amount of millions of money. Not a loan. They will send it in minutes. That is business relationship and trust. Build relationship. Follow mentorship. In automotive industry,
Mm-hmm.
if any of my staff now, or not even my staff, somebody that knows me, mention my name, that I do you know this is Odunlami? Blah blah blah. Do you know Odunlami Motor? Do you know the chairman? Is my boss. I want you to take this car, follow me with the car. The person will trust you because you mentioned my name. And because you place a phone call and I say, okay, no problem, go ahead. So that go ahead can earn you 1 million. The person can decide to do business with you with just that relationship strength you have with that person. You don't need to have money. They will allow you do the inspection, allow you take percentage of that business without even having a penny. Just position yourself
Wow.
at the right place at the right time. Then build integrity. Don't be too eager to get money always. Because a lot of entrepreneurship want to start now from 1 million. In the next 2 days, you want to have 50 million. It doesn't work that way. It's not a rocket science. You grow systematically. You need mentorship. You need people you can make a phone call to and say, do you know this person? Is my boss. Just that word is my boss. I've known many places I have gone to that I'll just make a phone call in the same automotive industry. I'll say, do you know this person? Do you know this person? Is my boss. That word is my boss. Call him. They will tell you to call the person. The moment you call the person, that relationship have paved way for you. So you need
That's
to
right.
build relation. You don't even need the money first. You can have the money, you will have the product, and you will not sell the product because you don't have good
That's
relationship with the marketing structure of the automotive business. You need
wow.
relationship first, integrity second. Money is even the last thing to be on your mind because you can have the money if you don't have those two things, especially in the automotive industry. People don't buy your product, they are buying you. If a celebrity now decide to start selling car today, I will tell you 100%, not as a boast, I will sell more cars in a month more than that celebrity. The celebrity is an entertainer. I am not an entertainer. I am selling the product that worth the value. So maintaining that
That's right.
relationship with who is in the line of business that can mentor you as a young entrepreneurship really matters. You can't stand alone in automotive industry. You can't. You don't have this product, you can make a phone call. Please, can you bring this Prado 2024 to my office now? I have a customer who is ready to inspect it. If you don't have a good relationship with that person who owns it, he won't bring it to your office.
Yeah, he
If he
won't
knows
bring
you
the
are a
car.
dubious
Yeah.
person, he won't bring it to you because you know if you sell the car, you won't send his money to him. So you need to maintain business relationship first.
Mm.
Create the relationship first. Build your integrity with time. Then lastly is money. Don't put money first. If you put money first in automotive industry, you will crash within 1 week. That's the truth. Nobody will trust you with their money when you
Wow.
don't have a relationship, when you don't have integrity. So that's my advice to people coming up and people that are already in the business.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Joseph. I wish I won't stop this, but I just have to stop this because we're already running out of time. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join up with us and give us all the things you've actually broken down here. And one statement I would take home today, which I know everyone watching this show right now is going to take home, is the fact that people are not actually buying the product; they're actually buying you. And that's one thing we should work on. Everybody watching right now should work on building that level of integrity that people could easily even give you stuff without even confirming, because they know that you're a man of value and you're a man of high integrity, that when they do business with you, you will definitely pay. So it's something every entrepreneur should have at the back of their mind. So Dr. Joseph, thank you so much for lending us your time today. We really appreciate you. And we believe that in the next few years, we'll probably be doing this live. Maybe we'll be doing this live in Lagos at maybe one of your, showrooms. Who knows? So, but before we go off, I would like you to share, where we can actually find you, your social media platforms. Can you share with us?
Okay. On all social media platform is at Odunlami Motors. Both on Twitter, on Facebook, on IG, on TikTok at Odunlami Motors. That is our social media handle where you find us anytime,
Very
any day.
easy branding. Easy
Easy
branding
branding.
at Odunlami Motors. So,
Motors.
ladies and gentlemen, if you need a genuine car, if you know someone who needs a genuine car, we have Dr. Joseph here. You can always reach out to him on Instagram. I think Instagram is always one of the fastest ways to get him.
Fastest
He's
way,
live on
yeah.
Instagram every now and then. So reach out to him, get your vehicles. I can assure you, this guy is, this guy is serious with business. This guy knows what he's doing. And I really appreciate you for coming on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, thank you so much for sticking around, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.